see, it's my first birthday while living in a van, so I'm thinking it's time to start a new birthday tradition. You see, birthdays have never really been an enjoyable part of my life. Well, let's change that. Instead of a birthday, why not a birth week? You know, the kind of week where we do a full week for me, things that I want to do. That got me thinking, you see, now, what do I want to do? Something solely for me. When you spend your whole life doing stuff for everybody else or doing something that somebody else wants you to do, you tend to lose track of what you want to do. Now, I want to go on an adventure with a couple of friends. So after a 19-hour shift at work, I decided, right, we're going to Llanberis. We drove down there and we had an hour's sleep in the van before we started a 4 AM hike up Snowdon. There was one goal in mind, and that was to see the sunrise. Possibly, hopefully, the best sunrise I've ever seen on Snowdon. It's looking good once we got to the top. The daylight started to mist, and then this happened. Oh my God! What the absolute hell? Look, check this out. All that struggling up the mountains, really pushing ourselves because we started a little bit late. We only had 3 hours to get up there for sunrise. All the effort was worth it with a huge cloud inversion. Now, for the past 2 years, I've been trying to challenge myself to gain the sunrise. I want an exact picture in the exact same spot of a sunrise up on Snowdon in every season. And I've done it. I've done my winter one perfectly fine. I've done a summer one, a spring one, and then this one was an addition to the winter one. Tell me in the comments which one you think is a better winter Snowdon picture, the one covered in snow or the one with a huge cloud inversion. After snapping that picture, it was time for the final ascent up to the actual summit. This is the best part, but also possibly the most scariest part of a Snowdon hike. Granted, it's not always called Snowdon no more, it's called Irwydfa. Pardon me if you get offended by that. There is the trig point, possibly the best trig point in Wales. This is the sole reason why I prefer winter hiking up Irwydfa. There's nobody around and it's beautiful. Just check that out. Can you think of a nicer place to be right now than watching this amazing cloud inversion in strong wind? These clouds were shifting over the top of all the mountains, over the top of Ilywed. It was just absolutely breathtaking. By far, 15 summits in, this is my best one so far, and I celebrated it for my birthday with a couple of amazing mates. 3 days after Snowdon with my friends, and this day, today is my birthday. Have a guess in the comments how old I actually am. Today we're celebrating it by building the van a bit more. We've had to get the Victron off the wall, get that hanged down. Victor. She's called it Victor. What are you going to call the other Victrons when we get more, the solar charge control unit and the management system and all that? What are you going to call it?
Vladimir.
You can't call it Vladimir.
Yeah.
Vladimir.
Victor.
Victor?
Vladimir,
yeah.
And Vincent.
Vincent. The 3 V's are going down there. Anyway, we've built that, we've put that all into place. We've just got to screw it and bolt it. I'm going to put another brace down on the floor. As you can see, when that is up perfectly, the battery compartment is completely covered and enclosed. Then if we get a little bit more time, we're actually going to paint all the woodwork, all the sides, all the bits that aren't painted. And then what? We're going to start, what do you mean we? Okay, she's about to start doing all the painting and stuff like that, while I secure that panel into place and do some framework, I think. You can sort of see that we've changed the layout, so let me walk you through it. You've got one chair there. You're going to have another chair there. That will turn into a single bed. So when I've got my lads, or whenever we go away with Danielle's lads, we can turn that into a single bed. We've got a unit here. That's going to have the sink in. Over this side, we're going to have narrower units. So they're not going to come out as far. But this is where the cooker's going to go. Some storage is going to go. Up the top, we've got overhead storage spanning the length down there. We don't know whether we're going to come to about here or whether we're going to come to the bed, which is here. And on that side of the van, we're going to have overhead storage over the bed. That keeps it nice and balanced throughout the whole build. It's not looking too bad actually, is it? I mean, I'm wild chuffed. I mean, there we go. There's the seat, and it's really secure, to be fair. It holds my fat weight, but underneath, this is how we've done it. It's dead simple. I mean, there's no even uprights sticking up and down. We've got the main upright there to the actual unit itself. That is what's bolted in there. That is a support beam, and so is that a support beam. And we've added 2 there and there, just as a little added sort of support. It doesn't do much support, but it supports my fat bum. So That goes on there as a storage unit underneath. Underneath there, we're going to use it as an airing cupboard. We've got the diesel heater. We're going to have a fan coming out there, a vent, and one coming out there. The sink's going to be in there, and that's so that we can basically do the drainage for the sink, and we can have a drain tap there so we can drain it off easily if we need to. And we've still kept part of the door being really wide. Well chuffed. It's come together really well. Having a break from a bit of painting and sound deadening. There you go, you've got the Dodo Mat sound deadening right next to the Max Air fan, and then we're going to thermal line it too. First coat's done over the bed. That's virtually everywhere has had its first coat, and it's taken about a week to actually get the first coat done. So now it's time to start working on the back doors. The one piece that we thought we'd missed. So we thought, do you know what, why not? Look at the sunset, whoosh. Good morning. Now that the paint's dry, I've been able to sort of get out of the van. Check this out. Oof, we just woke up. I'll show you the view. Oof, right next to the river. But we managed to get a little bit more work done, and you can start to see the take shape now. Check this out. There you go. There's the normal sink unit that we did have. There's the one seat that you saw me build. I do have to do a little repair onto that. We've got another seat just there. It's weird because underneath the seats, we've got there's diesel heater. Underneath that one, you've got the Victron, and then we've got this big unit just here. It's 1.6 meters long. We've made it slightly narrower than this unit. We'll have the sink in this side, and we'll have the hob over this side, and then just loads of storage area. Today, we're actually going to be working on some overhead storage. I found a way to save myself about 60 quid's worth of wood and about 20 kilo of weight just through messing around with the ceiling. I'm doing a dedicated video for that, so subscribe if you want to see that. This is the thing when it's your birthday. Do whatever you want. That's it. It's your birthday. Do what makes you happy. Me, I've been on an adventure with some friends. I've got some work done on the camper van. I made real good progress on it. It's at the point now where we're steaming ahead, and it's going to be, well, it's going to slow down very soon. We're going to get to the finishing touches very soon, and it's going to be like little fiddly bits that take ages. We'll do that bit, and we've got another big adventure tonight. We're going actually for a picnic. That'll be quite nice with Danielle. And then tomorrow we're going away on an adventure. We're going to go in and basically explore Anglesey for the weekend. An hour drive to the seaside, parked up, had a picnic. God, I feel old doing this. But it wasn't long before we parked the van up in our secure park up and decided to head to Anglesey. This is going over the Menai Bridge. It's actually the Britannia Bridge. And we headed for the north coast of Anglesey, solely because that's where the wind wasn't catching. It was a windy weekend, so we wanted to try and avoid the wind as much as possible. First point of call, Parry's Mountain. It's been on our adventure list for God knows how long, and we just wanted to give it a go, see what it was actually like. We've heard rumours that it looks like a moon lunar landscape, and to be fair, I don't think it looks like the moon. More like Mars, I'd say. It's got that coppery feel. It's an old copper mine. You can adventure around it, you can explore all the way around it, you can proper go down in all the little nooks and crannies, find out all the little caves and the burrows, and you can see the old windmill up there, you've got some bridges. This was a little cave that we found, like an entrance to an actual mine. It was all blocked off, it was quite nice looking in there, and we just had a good explore all the way around. This bridge we see on TikTok all the time, and I don't really know why, until I turned and you could see the other side of the quarry. Just look at how lunar that looked. It really does look like Mars. You can see some old workings over on the top horizon too. Went round to the actual windmill. Tell me somewhere where you can actually go inside an old windmill. It's dedicated up as a tourist attraction and it doesn't cost you anything. The parking was free. We had a good explore around, read all the signs, learned all the culture and all the history behind everything. This is what adventuring is all about for us. Parry's Mountain trig point was next. We thought, you know what, we need to take a trig photo. You have to every time you see one of these trig points. And just look at that for a good landscape all the way around. It's time to jump in the car and move over to our next location. Only 15 minutes down the road, a little look on OS Maps app just to find out where the paths were for this location. The parking was a bit horrendous, but we decided to go to the brickworks. Started to show up over the horizon, and it's an old brick works. Basically, they used to make house bricks and stuff like that here, and then they used to ship them off on the sea and keep them for inside Anglesey for building all the buildings. What's left is just a load of old ruins, the old kilns where they used to kiln fire all the bricks, the old boilers. It was just really, really nice scenery. We did try and spot some seals and some porpoises, maybe some dolphins out at sea, but we didn't really see anything out there. Some of the fishermen that were down there, they did, and they showed us some cracking drone footage. You can see the boilers there. They're actually really, really cool. I love these old ruins and these old buildings and just the history behind Anglesey. A little funny one for you. There were some kids that were walking around. I say kids, they were teenagers. A young couple and they'd just learned to drive, gone on their first driven adventure, pulled up here, had a look around here because they saw it on TikTok. And the first thing he says is, it can't have been a very good brickworks if the bricks aren't actually still standing very well. To me, I chuckled at that because the floor's given way and everything like that. There is still some brickwork, some chimneys, all the equipment still lying around there. But I just had to have a little chuckle on that. This was, again, another thing that had been on our bucket list of things to see on Anglesey for many, many years. Now, it's time to move over to the next location. For some reason, a little tradition that we do have when we go on these adventures is trying to find milk farm vending machines. These are little milkshake vending machines that farmers put on their land so that you can go and just help out a farmer by picking up a milkshake that's from their actual cows. We shot round to another beach. Apparently this one was supposed to be good for spotting seals. I can't see it. It looks a bit touristy for seals, but we didn't see anything. Moving on to the next one. The next location, we decided to head to a hotel. We're actually staying in a hotel on this adventure solely because the camper van isn't ready for the two of us to actually stay in comfort. So let's give you a hotel room tour. We're not VanLifing it today. We've got a Danielle on the bed just there. Hello. In this door here, whoosh. Toilets, me. Hello everybody. And oh look, it's me again. Hello everybody. We've got a hairdryer because you know I've got hair, as you do. TV. We've got a Danielle with a comfy bed. We've got another comfy bed for when I annoy the Danielle and I can go on that bed. Over here, through the window, we've got the sunset view over there, and then all the way over there, right in the distance, you've got the Snowdon Mountains. It's quite cool, isn't it, love? Oh, and then what we've got tea later, haven't we? We're going to go out for some food later, and then breakfast in the morning. And then we've got more shenanigans booked for the morning. Ooh, you're coming home with me. Before even breakfast. That's why we look tired before breakfast. I decided to drag her out so we could go and look at the beach. Just another Anglesey beautiful beach. To be fair, this is actually on Holyhead. There's a load of wild swimmers in the water. There's loads of crazy people. Look at them swimming along. There's loads of them kicking along. They're absolutely insane. But I kind of want to go. Do you want to go?
I just don't want to get out.
You just don't want to get out of the water? What, get out of the water?
Yeah. It's always colder when you get out.
So it's colder when you get out, I don't know. Cold water therapy, would you do it? After an absolutely amazing breakfast, almost too much food because I was stuffed, we went for another drive, jumped on the A55 and headed back onto the mainland of Anglesey to go for a little walk around, I think it was called Newbury Forest, and then onto the beach. There was a lovely little island over there as well, so we thought we'll go for a little explore. The wind's a bit strong, but we'll see how we get on. It was a beautiful drive down to the car park, and this was a low-key sort of try and see whether the camper van will actually fit down these roads when I bring the camper van. Look at the Snowdon Mountains in the distance. Can you think of anything more beautiful? Lovely sandy beach, nice surf, loads of mountains and a stormy clouds above. It looked absolutely beautiful. But we saw an island over in the corner and we thought, it's got a lighthouse on it. Let's go for a little look over there. We saw some people looking for oyster shells in all the rocks that were laying around on the floor. So we thought, we'll have a little look, found some shells, brought them back. We'll do some use for them. We're also keeping a lookout for some absolutely amazing, I don't know what, logwood, like bogwood, driftwood, that's it, driftwood. We were looking for some driftwood to bring back, use that in the camper van somewhere. But we got over onto the island, had a good little explore. There was loads of little monuments around, loads of signposts that say all the history to do with that island. It was the first island that was made by lava within Anglesey. I was like fascinated by that. You don't think of lava in the UK, do you? Walked down over this really sketchy. This was really sketchy. This was really, really scary. I got a bit nervous about this. Up to the first little lighthouse. And I think this was more like a beacon or a light just to stop the ships from crashing into the big rock that was there. You could see how old it was. But the lightning rod that was attached to the top wasn't touching the bottom. So I got a bit nervous just there. So we thought, nah, we'll get off that bit and head over to the other lighthouse. The floor was made out of shells. They literally brought 1-ton bags, helicoptered onto the island, and then spread the shells out to make the footpath. So I thought that was quite good, unique at using renewable sources that you see around the sea. It was just a beautiful view all the way around, and we decided that'll do us. We got our pictures, we had our explore, let's head back to the car. We didn't go the normal way over the beach like the last time. We went through the forest this time, something for a bit of a change. Good morning. We have woken up on the last 2 days of our adventures. We're down in Northampton and we're heading down to Norfolk to be able to see our son. Don't know why I said our son, I meant my son. Now when I did actually pull up here, it was 2 o'clock in the morning and the place was packed. Normally there's like one little tiny van here. Not today. Today there was loads. Let's go and have a look and just see how many people are still here, shall we? Here we go. Oh my god. So we've got one just over there and one just over there. So now when I pulled up last night, there was another two behind me. There was one further down there over there. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning. They must have got up and gone real quick. That's the windscreen blind all put away. I've had my wash, I've done my teeth. Let's go for a little walk and I'll explain today's and tomorrow's adventure. Oof. Let's go. All you can hear on this path, that's it, it's just a dark gloomy path. All you can hear is the ducks, the birds, the geese and the odd V8 flying past on the A14 that's about 2 miles that way. Listen, can't complain too much, can you? Good old V8 and a load of birds. Anyway, today's plan, we've got to go 3 hours further east down to Norfolk, pick up my lad from school when he finishes school. Then we're going to go to a seal beach. There's a beach down there that's got some wild seals on and it's pup season, so there should be some baby seals there. If the seals are even there now, we don't know, we'll have a look. I'll go for a bit of food with him, drop him back off to his mum. Next day, tomorrow, we'll pick him back up again and we'll go on an adventure to potentially a zoo or a wildlife park or something along those lines. Either way, it wouldn't be a true birthday adventure without seeing my lad. Been on this trail now for about, I don't know, half an hour, and I'm sort of, it's quite boring to be fair. I mean, it's just a straight path, really straight. And then I saw a notice board just down there. It's saying it's an old railway back from when steam trains were around. This route here used to do the Norfolk East Coast all the way up to Birmingham on the postal run. And there's even still some bits and bobs laying around that are from the old railway days, like just like this. Boof, an old footbridge. Look at that. That is just literally an old train footbridge. There's no steps going up on either side. It's just the ironwork. Random stuff like that on a footpath. Oh, look, the old steps going up. Look at the craftsmanship that must have went into all of those little nooks and crannies. The old wooden handrail. That's fascinating. Look at that. There's a sign there. Lamport Crossing, 1.25 miles this way. I wonder what that is. Had a look on Google Maps. Turns out it was just literally a crossing in the road. Might have been the name of the little area or something like that. I don't know. We're gonna head back to the van, have a drink of water, and I might even install some USB ports into the van. If you didn't know, we've stuck some cushions on top of these. These two will eventually turn into a single bed. But for USB ports, we've got this little thing here, and that on the front spins round and a couple of USB devices inside it. It's fairly flat on the back, just need to put a hole in, post the cable through, drop that on, a couple of screws, both. I've got 4 of these to go in the van somewhere. I've got 2 to go in the seats just here, and then probably 2 around the kitchen area. When you're starting to work away there and you take a look outside and boom, you got some good mates hanging around. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. You got an itchy bum there, mate. Boom, there they go. They're not massively level, but they're down there and they'll work. That's the motto that holds together the whole British Army. That'll do. Right then, let's get out of this car park. Let's head down to the East Coast. I'm just having one of those moments now. Got down here. I'm about 2 hours early, 2 hours before he finishes school, so I'm just got to chill out a bit. I went, got some shopping, chucked it up in the overhead storage, both shopping for me and Jacob. I can't wait to see him. It's been like 3 weeks since I last saw him. And now I'm just sat here in the van. I've got some new pillows and pillowcases. That's for later, make it a bit more comfier. And check this view out. Boom. So I've got a view. Granted, it's starting to rain a little bit, so I've got that tappy rain on the surface. But yeah, it's a surreal moment. I love it when things like this happen. No, look. There's a boat coming in. What kind of boat is it? It looks like a stealth boat. Ooh. They're going out to hide people. It's the drug boat of the north. Wait, we're not in the north. We're in the east. The drug boat of the east. It's probably just a pilot. Dinner's all done. I'll sort the pillows out later. Let's go for a little walk and go and check out the beach. I love this, being able to stand up and walk out. But yeah, let's go check out the beach. There's actually a sandy beach just down there. Oh, my girl needs a wash. Let's go. Just another typical Norfolk sandy beach, really. Absolutely nothing massively special, but it's nice and quiet this time of year, which is absolutely amazing. We picked him up, high-fived, and went down the seal beach. It's absolutely amazing to see him. So excited to see me. Are they?
Yeah, I see him.
You can see. Oh, wow, look how many there is. Wow. Yeah, little do we say, Jacob didn't just see one seal. He didn't just see 2. all those rock looking things on that beach and further down the beach as far as the eye can see was seals. We saw a sign that said 3,568 seals have been born on this beach this year. That's like insane. You can't even fathom nearly 4,000 pup seals being born on this beach. But it was so amazing to watch them. Look at them, just sat there, basking away. It wasn't warm or anything, but they've got to be digesting a good meal to be there that much anyway. And yeah, see them all just happily, Larry slapping their bellies, scratching their backs. It was comical to see the majority of them until Jacob spotted one and he thought, Dad, that one's got a bag on its head. It wasn't. It actually had a load of rope and netting, like old fisherman netting, around its neck. We shot back to the car park, spoke to somebody, they phoned Seal Rescue, they came straight down, captured it, untangled all of the netting from around its neck, really just cut it all off, and then just watched it happily plod back into the sea. It's nice to see this effort for animals. Good morning, guys. Yesterday we done the whole seal thing, went and got some food, dropped him off, and I found this new park up. Thought I'd try this one for a change. You can't really complain at that, can you? Looks like a real nice walk down there. I think next time I'm stopping here, I'm going to have to sort of wake up a bit earlier so I can go for a little wander. But the plan for today, got to nip over, pick up little man again. We're going off to a new zoo, something we've not done before. Well, a zoo that we've not been to before. Some critically endangered species there, so that'd be quite smart to go and see them. There's a few other bits and bobs there, so let's go and have a good day. What is it? Squirrels. Oh yeah, oh look at them, they're cool. This is the forest house. Ooh, hello matey. Hello, how are you? Do you know what these are called, Jacob?
Yep.
What?
Crocodiles and alligators.
Siamese crocodiles. Look at them.
Crocodiles.
They're loving it, aren't they? Look at that one over there, Jacob. See the one sitting on the side with his mouth wide open? All the way over there?
Yeah, that.
How cool is that? What, do you know what he's doing there?
Yeah.
What?
Protecting something.
No, he's thermal regulating. Every time his body gets too hot, because he can't regulate his own body temperature, he has to open his mouth and that escapes some of the heat out of his body. Aren't they super cool, Jacob?
They're massive koi.
They are massive koi, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going under the bridge. That is an amazing, amazing mangrove snake. Jacob, come and have a look at what's in this one. Look, let's see. I'll pull the door open. Yeah, what's down there? Look at that madman. Yeah, we did. This is the one from inside, because there's the one with his mouth open over there. I don't think we were actually allowed in that bit. It was all like maintenance stuff kicking around, and there's no signs, but we got behind the scenes action with a crocodile. So that gate brought us to basically just down here and over there. We should have really have come this way, next to that bad boy. Hello, mate. Oh, what's up there, dude? Have you got ADHD or something? Look, where's he gone now?
2 otters.
I don't know, but look how cool they are. They're kissing. Look, they drink a bit of water, then they smooch. Oh, male snow leopard. Wow, that's such a majestic animal. They've got all this big arena to go around and have a massive explore. And then you've got mummy and baby. They've got this like walkway thing here, and it's right the way over everything. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm not telling him because I want to act like the big bad dad. Look, a nice view over a rickety bridge. Are we gonna have a walk over that in a bit?
Yeah, in a bit.
Awesome, let's go up.
Oh, Dad, we've got an even higher point.
An even higher point?
Look.
Yay! I climb mountains for a hobby, and that scared me. Yeah. Jacob, all these rare cranes, and what gate crashes the party? 3 herons. Let's go over the wobbly bridge.
I know what multiple means.
What?
More than one.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Look at that for a wobbly bridge over there.
Storks.
Yeah.
Multifry.
We found Jacob's favourite animal. The clouded leopard. We then went around all the others up into the high tree tops and started looking down at all the animals. It was time to do feeding times. First off was the snow leopards. They were eating actual chickens. It was fascinating to watch, but the noise of the crunching bones, that creeped me out. Then it was the Sumatran tigers. It's nice to see all these endangered species being cared for correctly with really good enrichment. Some of the monkeys and the red panda. So that ends not only my birthday week, but also this time again with Jacob. It's an upsetting drive home. I hate this drive home, but it's got to be done for me to see my lad. It's been a cracking video. It's been a cracking time sharing it all with you guys. For more van life content regarding van life adventures, camper van builds, because as you can tell, it's still not built, drop us a subscribe, like the video, leave us a comment. I love you all.